Good morning, and welcome to another almost daily meditation. I was thinking about the story that Gar shared yesterday about the gentleman who came in and did the hard work of having hard conversations and finding some joy in that. And there was something, it reminded me of something similar that happened to me several years back. I received a phone call out of the blue from someone that I had not talked to in at least 6 years before that. And this person, when they called, they were so angry with me. They just let into me. And I was so startled and shocked because I didn't know that this person was angry with me. It was about some things that had happened, as I said, 6 years earlier. And I had no idea that they had held on to this anger for so long. And we were able to talk it through and come to reconciliation. I was able to, apologize and explain and things like that. And they found so much freedom in that. And I think that's kind of what Gar was talking about yesterday. But I felt badly for this person who had been holding on to this anger, and they had sort of turned me into this horrible person, and those things that just sort of spin in your mind for so long. And I was oblivious. I just was going on living my life because I didn't know that they were angry with me. I had no idea. And so I very much try to keep that in mind as I go through life and flip that. When there are times when I'm angry with someone or somebody has done something and sometimes righteous anger can feel kind of delicious, right? Like I am right and I am going to hold on to this because I know that I'm right, and there's sort of feels powerful somehow or something, but it can kind of eat us up. And the other person is just going on living their life, clueless to the fact that we are holding on to all of this inside of us. And so I think having those important conversations, as Gar was talking about, and beginning the process of letting that go. Now, you might not re-enter into the relationship. It may be so broken and it may not be safe to enter into a relationship where there is anger and things like that. And that's okay. But Maya Angelou, the brilliant author, she went through a horrific childhood, experienced things, and went on a lifelong journey of forgiveness to get to a place of peace. And she offers a quote that I think is so beautiful. She says, "It is one of the greatest gifts that you can give to yourself to forgive." She says, "Forgive everybody." It's one of the greatest gifts that you can give to yourself to forgive. Forgive everybody. Forgive everybody. I think that is what is forgotten sometimes when you are angry with someone, you don't want to give them the gift of forgiveness, but that's not really what it's about. It's unburdening ourselves from that anger, that resentment, whatever it is that we're holding on to. What a gift to give to yourself, to be able to find that peace, so that other person is not doesn't have that kind of power over you anymore. This Wednesday is our last Lenten luncheon, and the word that we are going to be looking at this week is forgiveness, in fact. And we have an amazing person who's coming to speak. Her name is Pastor Alice. She does work in downtown Kansas City with people experiencing homelessness and people living on the streets and struggling. And when I asked her to do this, she jumped at the chance to talk about forgiveness of all the words. And interestingly, this is the word that got the most votes. Most people wanted to hear about forgiveness. And I think it's because it's really sometimes hard to achieve. it is when there's a whole lot of hurt, a lot of anger, letting go of that can be hard sometimes. So I leave you with these words of Maya Angelou. I encourage you to join us on Wednesday if you can. Pastor Alice, I think, is going to be brilliant, but I thank you for joining me today as well. Have a wonderful day.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy reigns. Unending love, amazing grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. My chains are gone, I've been set free. My God, my Savior has ransomed me. And like a flood, His mercy reigns. Unending love, amazing grace. Unending love, amazing